Goreto mi rosto no chorotachito. Shito tachni. Niju no eyo. Subete no sambito. Eko tokanchao. Yao ba sham yao shai ba sham kakodash. Goreto mi rosto no chorotachito. Shito tachni. Niju no eyo. Subete no sambito. Eko tokanchao. Yao ba sham yao shai ba sham kakodash. Goreto mi rosto no chorotachito. Shito tachni. Niju no eyo. Subete no. Because I want to make a lesson without a topic, But the topic of this video is, routine. Okay, like I was listening to one video, I believe it was like 2 years ago from the beloved elder Bishop Manatas Akbar. Okay, he talked about all what Jaikat is his routine, and if you look at it, it's actually the case. All what not just Jake in general, all what the elect also got, is their routine. Okay, but I believe it depends how you use it. It's like, it's like for example, I understand if you have hard times, and then you might be a little bit, what is it? Caught up in dogs, but it's not about that, right? So if you just even when times require a lot of flexibility, a lot of modern thinking, a lot of appointment making, a lot of general, you have to keep your eyes on basically everything. Scripture says watch, okay, because the days are evil, but you gotta keep your eyes on everything, every last aspect of your life, what is surrounding you. Okay, you can't trust people. Okay, they basically are about stealing stuff from you. Okay, getting information from you, which would put you in a disadvantage. Okay, so all what people do nowadays. Okay, not that every person out there is a risk. That's not what I mean. Okay, but seeking information from you. Okay, seeking live vampires. Okay, just doing nonsense, but wanting to have you around all the time. Okay, which is not the brothers. It's this world, if you don't understand. Okay. So this is Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Yeah. Sometimes in your routine you think, hey, I have to be a sacrifice. The way and let's be honest, you see these. Not that you envy somebody, but let's be honest, you see that like the Apocrypha says it. Okay, why don't we have an what is it? It's just heritage, of course. Yeah. Why don't we have a heritage with them? And the answer is we have, and it's not like we go to life like living like a bird actually. Okay, even when the scripture says, look at the birds, they are not feeded, right? But Yahweh Hashem Yahushai takes care of them, right? Yeah, and basically, as long as we can, Okay, because there will come the, starting with the digital ID, starting with the ending in the chip. Okay, uh, you know, maybe we will live on the street someday. Okay, and who knows? Okay, what will happen then? But it doesn't matter. You know, as far as right now, it doesn't matter to make your life more trouble than it already is. Okay, which also has to do with counting counting the cost for everything, right? You know, like there. Don't get me wrong. There are certain things that are more expensive and they benefit you in the end. Okay, like for example. Yeah, I was living a lot of times in shared apartments just to spend some money. Okay, I was getting some supplements. Okay, and back then I did every last supplement. Okay, which I don't advise you to take supplements. Okay, really not. But if you have some lack of a certain vitamin or so, then you might want to just invest a little bit in it. You know, maybe you don't like certain food, so you don't eat it, right? Maybe you don't like tomatoes, but the vitamins in tomatoes are needed, but you hate tomatoes, I don't know. But you get the point, I think, It's like you eat everything, you're the best eater, you have every last vitamin out there, okay, but the one vitamin you lack it because you just hate the taste of that food or whatever it is, okay? Uh, you can fix that problem with just buying the supplement or the oil. Best case is always oil. Trust me, oil, or something that is a little bit like yeah, like sauce. Like fluent. Can you say fluent? I don't know. Yeah, in wet form. Okay, wet shape or consistency. Yeah, con. Consistence. Today I'm lacking my English words. Consistency, I mean. Yeah, okay. And if you take capsules, then you have to look if they are vegan. So what I mean is, um, and I spend a little bit more money on, for example, you know, vitamin B12, for example. Okay, what happens? I have the same vitamin but a better quality of it. Is it worth? Sometimes yes, but you have to be careful because if you invest in those things too much, which there are a lot of vitamins, trust me, okay, then you have a bill of, I don't know, 500 euro, okay, just supplements. Makes no sense, right? You have to think a little bit in the future, right? But there's nothing wrong about um, making choices, where to invest and where not, but your, what you eat and what you drink is important, of course, you know. Yeah. Um, First Corinthians, as a matter of topic, actually, 10:31. Whether therefore you eat or drink or whatsoever you do all to the glory of God. Yeah. Just praying in general because I have even a note on my phone saying prayer before eating. Okay, but in this modern world, sometimes it just happens that you don't have a um, set time basically, okay, in your daily life where you eat, okay. Yeah, in the maybe midday, and such, okay, but really it's the you kind of like washing and I don't know, okay, but sometimes you cannot be alone. There are people around you, so you don't wanna you know be too you know in their face, which this is the main thing when it comes to that, for what I see oftentimes. Yeah, but that might be a good note, do it before you eat, so you do it more. Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians 6:13. Meats for the belly and the belly for meats, but God shall destroy both it and them. Now the body is not for fornication, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. Um, and this is verse 11. And such were some of you, but ye are washed, but ye are sanctified. Yeah, what does it mean? Some of you were like that. Yeah, you was also having a routine in your life, but the routine in your life not was not how it should be, because how it should be is that you, besides your daily life, you have a life in this truth, right? Because think about it. Okay, I even heard it from one person. Okay, because I was saying to that person that you know I need to have work to if I have too much free time, then I start to basically it's not good. Okay, too much free time. Okay. um, and then he said to me, yeah, you know I spare you. Okay, basically he said that. I maybe I said it the wrong way, I don't know, but for what I said, it's not basically too something too special. Everybody that yeah, it was not. It's he said that, but like it was. He can say that, but maybe that was not the right thing to say in that moment. I don't know. Okay, maybe according to his style, what he was trying to make it seem. He was like a little bit a actor in that moment, because he said it exactly that way, just to make it seem as if I understand you, but maybe you should not think more of work how you should think. That's basically what he said. So basically, um, yeah, it's just what I said, because I think it's the truth. Work can be a good thing. Okay, basically I believe it's not the work itself, it's more the routine of it. Okay, you see, it's more the routine that it gives you, maybe. You see, because let's be honest, sometimes I go outside and I wouldn't even be outside if I wouldn't have moved to work in the morning. You see, there are certain things that I wouldn't do if I wouldn't have woken up maybe that and that time. Okay, but it's not so special. What I mean with that is not so special. Okay, I just wanted you to say that if you have the chance, then get a job. If not, then uh, leave it, but have a reason for it. Okay, and if you think about it, okay, then if you think about it, there's always something to work on, even if it's not an official job where you receive money. Okay, you can use the time to maybe there are even offers where you can look more attractive for jobs. Okay, where you apply on. Okay, there's certain things that you can use in that time. Okay, not saying that you have to sit down 8 hours, because let's be honest. Okay, some of these adult persons out there, they write 14 applications in 1 year, like 14. okay? That is not much, okay, let's be honest. But they are adult persons, right? And people in this world, you know, heathens would call these normal people, okay? So you're doing good if you do more than that. Let's be honest, okay? It's not difficult today. Okay, if you have a mobile phone, you know, all my applications, I even can do them with my mobile phone. Okay, it doesn't need too much of a program for the really basic things. Okay, you can use words or different softwares also on the phone, but you know, or on the iPad. You know. Anyway, you know what I mean. I believe you know. Um, mm, yeah, here it talks about that alcohol. Okay. Yeah. Which when I always you know try to stop with it, then it always comes back. Uh, like the harder. I don't know. It is kind of like difficult to to stop completely. If I stop completely, then it is because yeah. Then there's always something behind it, a strategy, you know, which I was successful with that. But you know, then I started again because of a certain thing, and then yeah. But you know, it's as long as you don't overdo it, it should be all good. Okay. Yeah, some of them. Okay, just going. You basically your whole life is just working. Okay, just working, 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 working for what? Okay, a corrupt crown. Okay. Um, yes. So you should see work for what it is, you know, just a place to earn money, okay? Which, you know, it's not the end goal, okay, to be a millionaire or something. Um, but but you are justified, you know. That in the name of Yahweh. So Luke 9:23, and he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take his cross daily and follow me. Yeah, this seems sometimes, you know, I know it myself. Uh, you know, like, uh, you know, really, you just have to, you just have to survive the day, basically. Okay, let's be honest. For me, it's easier to talk more with brothers than with, or with godly women than with the world. Trust me. The less you talk with the world, the easier it gets. This is Deuteronomy, you know, not saying that you should not talk with people. Deuteronomy, you know, but people always twist what you say. Deuteronomy 8:3, and he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna, which thou knowest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man doeth not live by bread alone. Okay. Um, or let's say just be a little bit more careful with talking with people. Yeah. Live by bread only, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Lord, do it, man, live. Yeah, I for example, a good strategy, which I also want to, always want to use if I talk with people. Okay, think about one thing that you could have said. Don't say it in that exact small talk, so to speak. Okay? The more you do that, the more you leave out information. People would think you are focused, right? So it's not even bad. Psalms 13, 2. Now, verse 2. How long shall I counsel in my soul, having sorrow in my heart daily? How long shall my enemy be exalted? Consider and hear me, O Lord, my God, lighten mine eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death. Yeah, like Ezra said also, okay, are they so much better than us? Yeah, and basically the truth to the matter is, it's just that the routine, the daily life, okay, depends also how you look on it. Okay, it moves fast, but if you think about it the wrong way, then it moves slow and hurtful, basically. But yeah, man, okay. Shadow praises to Yahweh, Shema, Shai, Shem, Kakadash, double honors to you, as an apostle of Great Millstone. Okay. Shalom, shalom, shalom.